Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video that I got inspired to do because I saw this thing called a makeup aesthetic tag, and the person that created this tag is called Elle S, and I figured I should do this tag because it's an interesting set of questions, and while we're here I might as well delve a little bit into my makeup journey and how I have found and how I keep evolving my makeup style a little bit. And I'm going to be a little bit more prolix with this video, so this will be a long one, so I'm just putting that out there. To be honest, I only read like 3 and I was like, I want to do this video, and I haven't read the rest, so this might be an interesting video because I might totally be unprepared completely, but let's just get into it. Okay, so the first question is, how would you describe your personal aesthetic or style when it comes to makeup? Well, this is something that keeps changing for me, honestly. As you guys all know, I recently started getting into like a lot more colorful makeup looks, and now whenever you see me, I'm usually wearing like a really colorful makeup look. Sometimes I still wear neutral makeup looks, but most of the time I try and use this channel to have some fun with my makeup. I don't tend to follow a lot of makeup trends. I basically tend to do whatever I feel like doing in that moment. So you don't really see me try a lot of cut creases, even though I've attempted them. I don't really like the complete cut crease anyway. There's also this new colorful eyebrow trend, which I won't be trying because those are just not my I just don't really like doing those things, and I know that if I do it on myself it won't look good. So I'm very attuned to what looks good on me, and I go from there. So it's kind of where I'm going with this whole spiel, if that makes any sense. Next question is, who or what has influenced your stylistic choices? Okay, like I said, I don't tend to follow every trend I see. However, I'm inspired so much by Instagram, by makeup artists in particular. I do find that I do take a lot of inspiration from professional makeup artists, like professional celebrity makeup artists that have been in the industry. I actually also have a whole stack. Well, that's actually an understatement. I have like a lot, like hundreds of magazines. Well, probably at least 100 magazines that I keep on like my bookshelves, and I go through them every now and then. I look for inspiration and I find it there in those pages. I also find a lot of inspiration on the internet and also in movies, especially like timeless Hollywood classics, looking into like makeup routines of like these Hollywood starlets that were so like great and shining and beautiful, like Marilyn Monroe or Audrey Hepburn, really fascinates me, and I love doing that. So I always find inspiration from pretty much everything around me. And something like fabric or something outside will inspire me as well to create like a certain tonality when it comes to my makeup look. So really everything inspires me. So I feel like that was like a really... I feel like I should have said just everything inspires me, because that would have been a lot simpler than just saying that whole spiel that I just said. But really, yeah, everything inspires me in all aspects of life, and I would say the same thing for my photography. I always get inspired by pretty much everything when it comes to photography as well. So I find that photography and makeup for me goes hand in hand, because whenever I see a beautiful editorial with beautiful makeup, I'm also looking at the photography aspect of that photo or that image, as well as the makeup. So it kind of goes hand in hand. I mean, I love both. That's just kind of how I think. Okay, so moving on, I have, what are some of your previous makeup phases? I went through this, this is really funny. This is funny in kind of a sad way. I went through this period in a freshman year of high school. It was like a long time ago, where I basically did my makeup like my mom did her makeup, but in like a worse way. Like, she does her makeup really beautifully. Like, I feel like it's very 90s inspired, but she has this thing where she puts eyeliner all around her eyes. It's kind of like what Princess Diana did in the 90s. She kind of does that too, and I've always been kind of fascinated by that. So when I was in freshman year of high school, I would do that. However, I would pretty much like have like this dark eyeliner all around my eye, but often I would not do mascara, and also I had like really bad acne and I wouldn't use foundation. So I pretty much had like acne on my face. My eyebrows were never done, even though like I think I overplucked my eyebrows actually. Yeah, I was overplucking my eyebrows, and like pretty much the only makeup that I had on like consistently day to day was like eyeliner like all around my eye. So that was fun. That was really fun. Okay, so what combination of existing brands would make up your perfect brand? That's hard. Fenty Beauty. Because yeah, I love yeah, because like that's my favorite foundation formula, and I love their lip formula. Like I find that Fenty's lip and face formulas are some of my favorites. ColourPop has some amazing color variety, even though like right now they're kind of playing it safe a little bit with their eyeshadow palettes, but Juvia's Place has my favorite eyeshadow formula. So like a marriage of those three brands would be absolutely ideal. I think all those brands are cruelty free, which is really nice as well. Name 5 products that define your makeup style right now. I'm not sure if they're talking about makeup products, like makeup products, or like makeup categories. Definitely like bronzer, glitter, really pigmented eyeshadow. I'm talking like the Juvia's Place eyeshadows, which are amazing. Red liquid lipstick, because like I can never wear like a red lipstick right now. I can only wear liquid lipstick, and my favorite formula for liquid lipstick is actually from Fenty Beauty, which is really nice. And then lastly, let's say either Burt's Bees lip balm, which is really basic, or House of Lashes because I wear those all the time. I don't know. Okay, so what kind of style or aesthetic do you wish you could pull off? I don't know if there's anything I wish I could pull off. I mean, I'll tell you what, there are times when I wish I had like a really like chiseled, like symmetrical, like really structured face, because I feel like if you have that kind of like, if you have those kinds of features, you could pull off like anything. So it's not about like a certain trend that I could wish I could pull off. It's more about like having the face to do it. I mean, like I'm very happy with my face, but like if I had to choose another face that was not my face, I would choose like a chiseled, like perfectly like perfect bone structure face, which sounds really weird. But yeah, I mean, I guess like I wish that I could pull off like a cut crease sometimes, because I've tried to do that trend so many times because like everyone does it, and it's just, it doesn't really look good on me, because like my crease like sort of just like goes way into my socket, and it just doesn't work out, and it just doesn't look good. So I mean, I guess I wish I could pull that off, but then again, I don't really like it too much to begin with, so I don't know. I don't really have an answer for that. What style are you over? Oh yeah, I would say definitely like the layering like a whole bunch of makeup on your face style. I mean, if you want to do it, that's great. Like you do you can do whatever you want. Like it's your face, your makeup, your style. You do what you want. But I kind of like wish that more people would sort of get into kind of like what I do with my face makeup especially. I mean, right now, the only face makeup I'm wearing is a foundation, a liquid highlighter, and a bronzer, and that is like as much as I'll go. I rarely do anything over that. I don't do like the layers and layers of makeup. Really, I mean, it looks like I'm wearing like makeup, obviously, but I'm just like, the most makeup that I have is on my eyes, and that's it. Like my face, I like to keep clean, or as clean as possible. So I guess like that's the only thing. I just feel like a lot of times when you try and replicate what people are on Instagram tend to do, or what people on YouTube tend to do, in real life you end up looking a little bit like a cake face. you know, and that's why like with my skin I try and minimize the product I put on it. So like, I'm kind of over that because I used to try and do that and it just didn't really work for me. But if people want to continue it, then they can do what they want. I mean, I'm just not into it, so I'm not gonna really do it. Okay, so who are some of your favorite makeup artists? I think I already went into that, but I have a whole bunch. So I'm just gonna get into through like all of them, and if I forget some, then I'm gonna like really kick myself. But I love Linda Hallberg for her artistry. I love Mario Didanovic. Is that his name? Mario, Makeup and Mario. He really inspires me when it comes to like structuring the face and really like just focusing on the features of the face and making them better. I love him. I love his celebrity work. I also really love, who do I love? Pat McGrath, obviously, because like she really like she takes makeup artistry to a whole new level. I love her so much and I've been studying her work for years. Charlotte Tilbury, Lisa Eldridge, because I want her to be like my fairy godmother. Like if I could have like 24 hours with her, I'd be so happy. Like a week, I'll die. But that sounds really weird, but you know what I mean. I can't believe I haven't said this before, but on my walls, like on like my bedroom walls, I actually have like a few, like about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 photos of her work that I just keep up there to inspire me. I love like a lot of Instagram makeup artists. Like if you want to see the makeup artists I love on Instagram, check out my top 5 favorite Instagram personalities, I guess. That video, it'll be in the cards, but that video will tell you all my favorite Instagram makeup artists. When I was first getting into makeup, I'm talking about like when I was like 11, 12, 13 years old, around that time, there was like really not much of like a YouTube beauty presence at that time that I felt like I could really rely on. So what I did is I just looked up like all these amazing makeup artists like Pat McGrath and Bobbi Brown and Lisa Eldridge and Charlotte Tilbury. I looked all of them up and we used to go and watch YouTube interviews of their work, and I used to watch like guides of theirs in magazines, and I used to find like literally every like piece of information that I could that they were present in, so I could teach myself about how to do makeup. And I pretty much learned like very early on from them, and then I feel like YouTube and watching tutorials taught me the rest. But they taught me like about the artistry and the timelessness of makeup, and I feel like YouTube taught me more about like technique and how to do certain things. So moving on, the next question is, do you have any favorite editorial avant-garde makeup looks? I feel like pretty much any look that Violette does. She's the creative director for Estee Lauder, I believe, and she does like a lot of interesting editorial makeup. I can't believe I forgot her when I was mentioning the makeup artist, but she is really good. And she just like uses a lot of color, a lot of textures, a lot of glitter, and I find myself really inspired by her looks. So yeah, she's one that I always love her editorials. She does a lot of editorials and I always love taking inspiration from those. And I guess like a specific editorial that really inspired me was an editorial that I saw in Italian Vogue. This was a few years ago, when there was an oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico, I believe, and Italian Vogue did a spread on basically like these models that were covered in oil and like on this like filthy beach, and it was a shoot and then the editorial that made a statement. And I feel like whenever I think of an editorial in general that was really memorable to me, that immediately comes up in my brain because I love that like editorial. It's just one of those instances in fashion and in beauty and in makeup that made a big impact for me. What is your favorite time period for makeup? And then what is your least favorite time period for makeup? I guess I'd say like that like right now, like here and now is my favorite time period, I guess, because I love being able to use the internet and use all the resources we have to take inspiration from different times and learn about the makeup in those time periods. I feel like that's really fascinating, and I feel like a lot of, well, maybe not a lot, but some other people feel the same way. So I feel like I really like this time period for makeup. I feel like my least favorite time period for makeup was pretty much like any time period that used poisonous ingredients in their makeup and skincare products. And I'd actually like to do a video specifically on this topic, so if you're interested, let me know. But for a while throughout history, people were really interested in getting like this white, like perfect skin. That was considered a symbol of high class, and if you had lighter skin you were considered more beautiful. And so people would like create these concoctions to create like this whiter skin effect. So a lot of times these formulas included mercury among other poisonous ingredients that would essentially make your skin lighter because they would strip your skin, okay, but they would at the same time poison you. So I feel like that was a really big issue that I would not have liked to be a part of. So yeah, that was something that I do not like about some periods in time. And there were other ingredients too, but I can't really remember them off the top of my head, but that is just a little preview, I guess. So that is pretty much it, I guess. Those are all the questions that I had for this tag that I just answered. Like, I feel like these were pretty interesting questions, and I hope you guys were happy with my answers. I definitely like this tag because I feel like I was able to really thoroughly explain my makeup journey and a little bit of like my inspiration and my thought process behind my makeup style. I feel like everyone has their own specific style when it comes to makeup, and it does take you like a while to find it. It took me a while, and the way I found my makeup aesthetic, if you will, was just by going and trying to find inspiration from as many resources as I could, and trying to try these techniques and these styles on myself and see what I liked. And eventually got to a point where now, I mean, I look at a technique and I look at a product, or I look at a makeup look, and I'm able to either say, oh yeah, I really like that, or I'm able to see, maybe I could like change it a little bit to fit what I think looks good on me or what I know that I love. So I hope this video was helpful to you in that way. I would really like to do a lot more like makeup related tags. I mean, maybe I can find some more on YouTube or something. This look, by the way, if you're interested in how to create this makeup look, this look will be up on my channel if it's not already. But thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. I know it was a long one, but I hope you found it interesting, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.